Hello everybody, my name is Hooman and I'm gonna teach you Tai Chi and a kind of Qigong which is called 5 animal sport Qigong and start with bird movements, which is very good for lungs, especially these days. We need to strengthen our breathing quality. So first of all, we start from relaxing, because the Tai Chi and Qigong, as you know, they start from relaxation. So first we relax our body joint by joint, and after that we do some stretches training. And according to the Tai Chi theory and philosophy, now the body is ready for strength and training. So first we start from our fingers with moving our wrists, move our joints, and let our muscles shaking. They're relaxed and gentle. And in different directions we can use. And then one joint higher, so we move our elbows and let our muscles shaking, relax. And then if you lean a little forward, so you can let also your shoulders muscles shaking, your deltoids and shoulder muscles shaking, and then back. So what we can do for upper part of the body, we're generating shock from our heels. So we put our weight more than our heels and generate a gentle shock on our shoulders. So our shoulders come up and down spontaneously by itself. And then chest arc in a little bit, and then out and in and out, in different directions and out, and random movements, I mean heel by heel. And then the next one is turning our waist and let our hands come up again by themselves. Imagine that you have a coat on your shoulder, but you don't wear it very exactly, and the sleeves of that coat come up by themselves spontaneously, and loose and relax. Turn the other version. You can lift your foot up one by one, and then you can twist more and feel a gentle stretch around your torso and your core muscles area. And don't forget to have deep breath and don't hold your breathing during the training like this. If you do this, means that you are holding your breathing. Don't do that. Let your breathing continues smoothly and relax. And next one. So you bounce a little bit up and down, and let your hands come up again and open your chest when your hands come up. So deep breath, and then let you get air in your lungs as much as possible. So you pull back your elbows when it comes up and bounce a little bit. The next one is as the same as the last one, but you let your hands come up towards yourself, like imitating running. And then let's again, you have a gentle stretch on your chest area. So bounce your body up and down and look left and right, while you keep your feet as parallel as possible, much as possible parallel, and then look left and right. And the next one is to fold your arm like that, and with this and pulling up your elbow, you put a gentle stretch on your triceps muscle in every direction. So again, look left and right and let your muscle come up and down, and then bounce your body. And the next one, to relax more upper part of the body and more harmonized, draw a cross in front of yourself, or like a horizontal 8 or eternity symbol in mathematics, like that, and then find the rhythm of your body to relax. So we train upper part of the body more, and then we put our feet a little more apart, and then stretch down, very relaxed, and up. So the aim of this training to open our sides and stretch our sides, and while we are stretching, twist upper part of the body and look the other side and come down and up. So when you come up, you can inhale and down, exhale, inhale and exhale. If you could adjust your breathing, that's good, but if you couldn't, so just drip as much as you need. Don't hold your breathing, don't try to control your breathing, just breathe as much as you need. After 8 times or 5 times, it depends on your body and your condition. And again, the limitation of this training is up to your body limitation. If you can put your feet more apart, or how much you can lean forward or down, is up to you. Maybe some people can move down more or less. When you do this enough, 8 times for example, then stay down and bounce and relax while you are preparing for opposite direction. So neck relax and move and feel a stretch around your kidneys area on the back of your legs, and then change direction. The other side. So while I'm twisting, so hands up and stretch and down. While I'm down, I'm relaxed. So one hand's working, one hand's relaxed, and then keep far from each other. And then I shift my hand and then here. It's like a windmill movement. I call it windmill movement. Inhale. Exhale. And then twist. Inhale. And the last one. And then again relax and bounce upper part of the body, the left and right. And then when I want to come up, do the opposite side, just half a circle to balance ourselves if we probably got a dizzy from this movement. So we have to stop, of course, every time. And then now with a little closer and touch our joints, not our hip, our joints, and then bend your knees and put your weight on your heels and turn. Don't forget to bend your knees a little bit, not too much, and then turn. So the aim is to soften our ligaments and tendons from here, our joints. And the same movement, imagine that this part from the top of the head up to here is one piece. So it is not like that. These are the common mistakes in this training. So it's just on the upper part of the body and less movement here. And some people maybe move it like that. It's used for dancing class more, but it is not the aim of this training. So put this, like a one piece, and then move and turn very gently to soften these ligaments and tendons. It means that you don't work too much with your spinal bone in back. And then the opposite direction while you keep breathing, and also keep smiling a little bit, because you can release tension from your face also, and in turn the upper part of the body and whole of the body with a little smiling and deep breath. The next movement is to feet shoulder apart and bend your knees not more than tips of your toes. Align your kneecap with your tips of your toes, not more. This is the maximum range that you bend your knees. And then just touch here and put your weight on your heels and turn it very carefully. The important point is this training is that if you feel any pointed pain in your knees, so stop this training or do it just only front and back. But if you don't feel any pain or no problem, or any limitation, maybe by doctor say that, you can do this training. And if you feel your muscles working or a very gentle pain on your muscles, that's okay, but not enjoying And even in front, you know, my toes now are light. I mean, I put my weight on my heels as much as possible. About more than 60%, 70% on my heels. And then the other directions. And last joint is our ankle. So I put my feet back. So in the side, back. I put all of my weight in the front leg and foot, and then turn, circular movement. So the back leg is completely light. And then point out, tips my toes, and turn, circular movement. So here. And the wrist movement is optional. Could be like a brain training and also saving time. More training in a shorter time. And now change direction. Soften our ankle and around ankle. If you do this training with shoes, you can do it, but with barefoot, maybe put the tips of the toes on the ground, maybe could be a little painful, so you can do it instead. I mean, balance yourself and then do it on air. And the other one, again back and relax. So all weight in the front foot and leg, and turn, circular movement. And now change direction. Okay, now this set of training called waking up the body. But now we're going to stretch. So feet together, bend our knees, a little tacking and chesting a little bit, and then hands together and up. So as we open our body gently, so stretch up, feet flat on the ground. Again, we balance our body's weight on our heels, and neck relax and stretch up. The common mistake is that some people, maybe their shoulders around muscle shoulders are tough, and then they do it unintentionally. So check the neck relax. How much you stretch up is up to your body. Maybe your body is a little tough, you can hold it here, but as much as you can do it, stretch. It's like a morning stretch when you want to get out of bed. So sides, relax. First, when you found your body, so joint by joint, turn, 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 and then relax here. Continue breathing. So again, another common mistake that is to hold breathing here, like that. Don't do that. Continue breathing. And the last, turn your head back and look back as much as do it comfortably, not with too much force or pressure. And stay there. You can count up to 10, for example, and then gently come to the center. And in this case, if your shoulders are comfortable and you can continue with holding your hands up, so continue. But if you feel uncomfortable or too much tension in your shoulders, you can drop your hands, but gently again, and take a quick break, and continue the other side, and then stretch. Twist your body joint by joint, very gently, and then look back, head back. And stay. And now come to the center. It depends on you and your time. You can do it for second times, but you can go to the next movement, is that you grab your wrist, and the wrist that you grab it, you stretch. The aim is to open sides, liver side and spleen side. Again, neck relax as much as possible. Of course, it has tension because you hold your head a little up. And then it is not important how much you go down. It's just only gentle stretch here. And this hand should be relaxed more, and this one work. and then come and grab the other one. Here, if you feel uncomfortable in shoulders, you can drop down and then again continue. The other side, and continue breathing. And hold for some seconds. And when you finish, back and again stretch up and up and very gently down, elbows as close as possible to each other, and start turning your shoulders very gently and little by little, and upper part of the body down, and just only hang. It is not important you can touch the ground or not, but just only down. And when you are in a center, so first check your neck relax, but turn on some movement around sides. You cannot drop down your neck, maybe you fall down and get dizzy. So you can look around the ground and then move. So maybe your body on the back, your kidneys area may be a little tough, and then you can do it from this range or maybe even higher if you have any problem with your back. And if you're flexible enough, you can reach to the ground. You can do it like this here. And then another movement is that move your hip to the left and right a little quickly. I call it dragon tail. Means that imagine that you have a big tail and you want to move it to the left and right. So there's a funny coin for this training. And after that, so bend your knees and then sit down. For most of the people, maybe this kind of sitting is difficult, but the easier version is that when you want to sit down, so use a mat and come to place, and then you can sit down and open your legs and straight as much as possible. Even you can use the wall for supporting your back, and then look a little forward to keep your upper part of the body as straight as possible, not so tough, but don't drop your head down and then bend upper part of the body. Just that one, and then find your range. And if you can touch and grab your tips of toes, that's good, but the shoulders must be relaxed. Or grab here and then bounce. You find the maximum range and relax. The maximum range and relax, for example. And then deep breath, inhale. And while you exhale, involve your body in max stretch and stay. Inhale, max stretch. Inhale, max stretch and stay. And continue deep breathing. Seconds. And then when you want to come up, use your hands as a supporter and then lean on them, and upper part of the body relax. And the next movement is to feet together. Again, if you have any problem with your knees and have some limitations to do this training, the other version is to open your legs like that, because the aim is to stretch the inside of our legs like that, and then you can push yourself forward with your hands, and if your body is flexible enough, you can go forward or more open. But the other version is to grab your tips of your toes and then close as much as possible to your body, and then start moving up and down your knees as close as possible to the ground, and deep breath during training. And then once you find your range, so inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale to max stretch and stay. Again, I repeat that you can use wall and lean on wall and get a support from wall and sit. You can close your eyes. Sometimes somehow like a dynamic meditation. You can imagine that you can go down, but don't do it physically and don't push too much, especially in stretching movements, because the body will start frightening and get more tension instead of flexibility. So relax. And keep on stretching. And then, so first, the hands back, support upper part of the body, and then relax and start relaxing and shake your muscles. And if you can stand up once, that's okay. But the safer one is that if you sit on a mat, you can get out of the mat on a rough surface and then turn towards your mat, let your knees land on the mat, and then stand up, safer and without any pain on your knees. So now our body is ready for strength and training more. So first we start from Tai Chi form. How we can do it? So in our school, we put our feet parallel and then start from here in traditional style of Yang Tai Chi Chuan. Find ourselves in the center, tune our body in the center, put our weight on our heels, and then relax. Once you find yourself internal, so first we turn, like holding the ball up simply, and then drop the ball down and pull our hands towards ourselves and down. At the same time, we sit down a little bit and then point down our fingers and cover up our elbow, this elbow, and lift our tips of toes and then turn to the other side. And at the same time, we turn our hand and shift our weight to the front leg and then balance wholly on our front leg and then show a low kick with left and then step back and hands separate and then turn our feet to the other side and hands just pass over each other very simply. Here and then turn the other side like holding a big ball on our side and then go forward and again balance in the front leg and show a low kick with right and then and bring the same position here. I don't want to get through too much details to prevent confusion, of course, and then hands stay like that. So we call it pong. So this hand is horizontally and this one is vertically here, and the next one is to drop down and do a circular movement and then back. Here is the signature of our form, and then forward. Not with hands, just with legs movement. And here, when we open our hands, back and forward, and just only move down, feet parallel, and then turn and hold the ball here and bring it that way and then balance ourselves. Try to keep the same height, not up and down. So here is a common mistake that some people going up. So keep the same height up to here. You can look forward and here, feet here, and this is a wide crane hitting, and this is the defense in the other side. So while you are open your left hand, so you set your feet in the 45 degrees here, you're ready for going forward, up to here. This is the first 8 movements of our form, traditional Yang style. And back. So you can do the form in both sides. For example, when I start from right side, you can also do it in the left side. So hold the form become in opposite direction. So I repeat it again without explanation. You can focus. here. And once you're here, you want to finish, so do it gently and then back, because your mind and body is a soft movement, and don't shock your body. Because some people are busy, and when they just only want to do the form up to here and then suddenly finish and then go. So don't do it, just only finish it very gently, come back to the starting point, and for some seconds drop your fingers down and hands relax, and deep breathe, and let your body relax. It looks light movements, but it is very heavy, and you work a lot on your muscles, especially on your legs, and strength of your legs. So the next training I'm gonna teach you is a kind of Qigong, which is good for our lungs quality, especially these days because of this COVID-19 spread on the world and its effects on our breathing quality. So if you can strengthen your breathing quality, is very better. So we start from 5 animal sport, bird. It has 5 movements inside, and I'm going to teach you the first movement, which is good for lungs. So first one, for preparing yourself, it is not number 1, it is number 0, of course. And then first you fit your parallel, keep it, and then you open your hands up to your shoulder level, not higher, and then down, with a little sitting and standing. In contrast with the form of Tai Chi, that when you find your height, you keep your height as much as possible the same, but in Qigong you can go up and down. And also in Wudang style of Tai Chi, they use a lot of ups and downs. There are different schools and different form of Tai Chi. Don't be confused, all of them are good for health, and it's according to everybody's taste. So here, you deep breath and down, all to your shoulder level. Don't go higher, just up to here, and imagine that you are opening your chest and breathing as deep as possible. So this is 0. Means that you are ready yourself. It is not exactly the starting point. So the starting point is to step forward. How we do it, if you choose one leg to stepping forward, for example, right one, first you balance yourself and then put a little 45 degrees outside. So you balance yourself on left, and then right step forward and shift your weight in front and open. Deep breath. Exhale and a little sink down on your heel. Don't go on your tips of your toes. Just keep in the center and down. 1 and 2 and 3. When you do odd numbers, 3 or 5 or 7, it's up to you, but the 3 is better. So keep the front hand here and reach the other hand toward it, and then together up and deep breath, and then down. When you go down, if you can do your hands upside down, and if you can balance yourself in the front leg and detach your right leg. So what it means is that this bird, which is white crane, going to catch fish from under the water, and the back leg here, when you detach it, is the tail symbol of this bird, and then come up. If you can keep yourself balanced here, is good, but if you couldn't, you can touch the ground. Keep touching for balance, and then you can challenge yourself with a little detaching and then balance yourself. As much as you can go downer, that's okay, but do it very gently. And then come up and next step. For next step, you simply step forward and going up. Deep breath, down. 2, 3, and third one. Front hand remain, right reach to it, up and down, balance, and up to forward. So I will show it to you from these directions, maybe help. So right forward, open, from open door, the easier part. So these hands you cannot force it go back and align with the front one. So up to here, not get tension from your shoulder because you want to open your chest. Just very relaxed and comfortable. 1, 2, 3, up and down, is upside down and detach. And then gently come up and next step. 1, 2, 3, and again, stand reach to it, and down, detach. That's the step. 1, 2, 3, this hand, up and down, and next step. 1, 2, and 3, and up and down. So once you reach to the end of your space and end of your room, for example, you must turn back, of course, but you can do it very easily. When you come up, you cannot step forward because your space is finished. So just only a step back, the leg back. So go, and simply you can continue. 1, 2, deep breath, and 3, hand forward, left reach to it, and up and down, hands upside down, and balance. Respond. So this is number 1. 1, 2, and 3, up and down, and then 1, 2, 3, and reach to it, and down. Next one, up, 2, 3, reach, and down. Again, you want to turn back, so backward, and 1, 2, and 3, reach to it, up and down here. So now we're gonna go to the second movement, number 2. Very simply, on the back you step it forward, so the same hand going up and move from here to the left side. So when my left step forward, so my left hand is working and left part of my body working, and right side is relaxing. If I want to show it in front, so once I do it here, so every step forward, the same hand going up, like that. So it's simply, you can do it. So right hand up, and your toes about 45 degrees outside, and while you are going forward and balance yourself in front leg, so bend upper part of the body a little, and right hands come up, and you get such a this position now. So the left hand will relax and right hand working. Imagine that, for example, there is a shelf here and you want to push back a box on a shelf, but you open your chest. So it is chest movement more than hands movement. You bend and open. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Most of your weight on your front leg, about 90%, and just only 10% in back. So the back leg is light. And when you do the 3 times, so drop your hands very simply and then step forward. So what we're gonna do, the same hand up and then do it in the other side. Now, my left side is working and right side is yin. In fact, the left side is yang and right side is yin. And then open, in, and open. Then, open. So then, open after 3 times. So I continue in this direction. So here, when I'm finishing this way, so drop my hand and right step forward. So the right hand's up and I continue going. So the back leg is light, about 90% in front and then back. I don't lean forward, keep in the center as much as possible, just only bend upper part of the body like that. So a little bit tacking and chest in and out. Mostly I use my chest than my hands. So in, out, and keep breathing. Keep breathing. Inhale, exhale. After 3 times, again drop your hands. Next step, same hands up and balance yourself. Again, on front leg and open. In, deep breath. 2 and 3. And then drop hands. The next step forward, hands up, balance, and then a little bit sit down. Open, 1, 2, 3, and then again drop. The other hands up and open. And 3 times. Again, the same situation. When you reach to the end of your space, so drop your hands down and simply turn back. So when I'm in this direction, so my left leg is forward, foot forward, and then now is right forward. So what happened? The same hand, and I set my foot in a 45 degrees outside, and then go on my tips of toes in the back and open. So this part is relaxed and do the 3 times. Okay, 2 and 3. So it was number 2. Now we're gonna go for number 3 movements of bird. What happened is that we drop our hands down and then we step forward. 1, 2, 3 short step, and then balance ourselves in one leg and open your hands like that and start winging. In and out. If I wanted to show it in front, become like this. For example, when you finish here, so 1, 2, 3, and 1 foot forward, and you balance yourself here and open your hands. And again, it is mostly chest movement. Look, so I bend my chest, so open and then close. Open. So don't do it just only. It is useful, but it's more useful if you open your chest and close, like that. So then, arc your chest and open, arc and open. At the same time, when you do this training, So two parts of your body, I mean your chest and also your pelvic bone, start moving together like a ball. So when you arc your chest, so you also turn your pelvic bone a little bit in. So you bend your body, not too much, don't exaggerate, just do it like that. So normally our backbone is like a S shape when we stand up. In this position, when we bend, so our spinal bone become like a line. Not too much down, a little arc in the chest and then open. So this movement, like that. Don't bend forward, just keep in the center and then open. And then balance yourself in one leg and open, close. So deep breath. Deep breath. Deep breath. After 3 times, so drop your hands down, 3 short steps forward, and then balance yourself with the other one. So I show it here. For example, I finish in the number 2, and number 3 is 1, 2, 3, and balance, open, and so if you find it difficult to balance yourself in one leg, you can gently touch and then balance yourself. But if you can balance yourself in one leg, so you develop your balance quality, and in turn, you're also breathing. So if you do a gentle breathing, you can balance yourself better because they are connected to each other. I mean, your breathing and your calmness play a big role in your balance. After 3 times, again, 1, 2, 3, and now right forward, and open, close, open. After 3 times, so again, the same situation. If you reach to the end of your space, so which one is forward? So back, and now in turn, the other leg, come up and balance yourself. Again, I say that if you couldn't balance yourself, you can touch gently on the ground, but if you can, continue, and then up, and a little sink down, not too much. Again, keep your weight on your heel. I mean, don't go forward, don't lean forward, just stay vertically down and put your weight on your heels more. I mean, this part, about 60 or 70%, and down. Open, deep breath, and down. So this is number 3, and again. So it was number 3 movement, and number 4 is to gliding, how we do it. So when you finish, so you step in it diagonally in 45 degrees here, and then bend again, as I explained before, and then open. So this is random movements. I mean, you rock in your front leg and the back. How you do it, just one by one. So one hand relaxed now, one is working, yin and yang, and now this one is relaxed, this one is working. How many times you do it forward or backward, it's up to you. Completely random. For example, now I like to stay in front, and then gliding, and deep breath, and then back. Now you can keep the same height. Don't go up and down. Keep the same height here. Get back. So now I stay in the back leg and then move. And then feel air between your fingers. Very gently. If you do it very slowly, it's maybe a little difficult and challenging to feel air between your hands, your fingers, but somehow like a meditation, dynamic meditation, and then do it very gently and gliding. It's a heavy training because you work on your leg muscles, and you can count after 8 times or 12 times, then drop your hands and relax, balance yourself, and then go diagonally in the other side, 45 degrees, and then bend and open. In front side, if you want to see me better. So I open, and then gliding. So now this white crane flying in top of clouds and not need to winging and go like eagles, you know. and imagine that you are that bird and flying on top of clouds. And then drop your hands, and then again try to not come up as much as possible. Don't bend too much because it's hard, so keep in the same height, and then go the other side, and then open and do it. Deep breath. And then continue in this side. Now, again, drop your hands and next step diagonally the other side, and then continue. How many times you want to do it is up to you. Not one in back, not one in front. Maybe you stay in the back. It's completely random. And then go forward. So, but it is important, the principle is that one hand is relaxed, one is working. Don't keep too much high, both of them, because you get tension from your shoulder. Once you work and relax, another. Another. When you finish, relax your hands. And next step. Again, open. Once you reach to the end of your room again, so how you do it, just stand up, drop your hands, and then back, bend your, again, keep close to each other, and again open. So how happen? Like here, so come here, back, and open, and again. You want to turn back again in your room. That these days we work in our houses and rooms, so we have not enough space. So it was number 4. What is number 5 is recovery and relaxation. So after this training, which is very heavy, and you work on your leg muscles and strengthen your muscles, so you come back to the center and start standing. Relax your legs, 3 steps forward, and just only bend and open your chest. Again, not higher than your shoulder level, up to here. And down. Deep breath. Three times. After 3 times, you'll go down, just 3 steps, short step forward, and relax your body. Come to the center, and relax. Again, 3 times. Deep breath. Open, and here you sink down from your wrist like bird winging. Down. And do it big, not very close to your chest. Open, and give more space to yourself, and open. Down and up, down and up. So if you want to move forward after 3 times, so relax your hands and then 3 steps forward, and again chest in, tack in a little bit, bend again on your heels and open. Normal position, not exaggerate, normal position. And then down and open. Here your hands relax, don't get tension. And open. And relax. Again, 3 steps forward and continue. After 3 times, turning back is very easy. Both here, you can turn back and then 3 steps forward, and then again bend and So this is the last movement of bird Qigong or white crane Qigong from 5 animal sport, which is a very old medical training according to the Chinese traditional medicine, Qigong. And then here, again, so deep breath in, and here exhale, and relax. When you do the last time, so you stand for a while, you can close your eyes and find your center, and let the breathing continues by itself. I mean, whether it's shallow or deep or fast or slow, just let it go and observe it. Don't push or force on your breathing. You can close your eyes and then count the breathing. It's the best method for counting breathing. So far I understood. For 5 breathing, and then you can touch your dantian. What is dantian? It is 3 centimeters lower than navel. This is an area that the Chinese believe that these cells are very important for our health, which is called normal abdominal breathing. When you breathe, so the belly goes out and down. But physically it doesn't happen, I mean, because our air is in lunge, but our diaphragm get more flexibility and it's good for health. So we keep our center and hands together. Makes no difference which is top. I mean, it's up to you. And just deep breath in, relax, and you can count up to 10. But if you find your mind is not ready, 5 or even 2, or even you can set up an alarm for, but a gentle alarm, not a normal alarm. Just relax for maybe 1 minute or 30 seconds, and then you finish. So use your hands and start waking up somehow like this. And then swing your arms. So like any sports that you train, so you start from warming up and then main training, and after that you are going to cool down. If you don't cool down your body, muscles maybe get cramp and you have problem in the next training. So you have to relax your body. This call is a very simple Qigong, which is called swing your arms. It's exactly the Chinese call it, swing your arms. And it's like a holding pipe in your hands on like a motorcycle turtle. First, you drop your wrist down and then use your swing on your legs, again on your heels, and then let your hands swing by themselves. And then you can add also leg movement in daytime. And nighttime, mostly maybe, and the leg part can disturb your sleeping. So in the nighttime, you just only do your hands, but in the daytime, you can also add leg movement, because now this is morning that I'm training, so I can add the leg also. And don't forget, this one is not correct, so pull your knees towards yourself, up. And you can also walk or backward, and then do it. If you want to find how it's effective, do it at least for 5 minutes if you have time. And after that, feet apart and parallel. So again, bend, which is called silky breathing. Open your chest and deep breath and relax. Bend, open, bend, open. So classically, this training is as soundless as possible and all from nose, but if you need, breathe more from your mouth. Again, don't force yourself to continue this rule. Even breathe as much as you need, but if you could, so all from nose, as soundless as possible. Silky breathing means very gentle. After 10 times, 5 times is up to you again. This is finishing part.
stand and finishing standing position. And relax. So now we finish with this session. Hope you stay safe and be careful about yourself, and I hope all beings be happy. Thank you very much again.